Hello, my name is Mike, and I'm here today to tell you how you can easily set up Mac OS to open up your text files from the Finder in an iTerm window that's running either Vim or Neovim. So let's go ahead and get started. The first step is to use the Automator application. So I'm going to go ahead and launch that real quick. And when you first start up Automator, you're going to find that it asks you to choose a type of document. In our case, we're going to choose application. So what we're doing is we're creating a facade application. It's actually going to execute some Apple script that will then launch iTerm and execute the opening of Vim. In our case, it's going to be Neovim with the parameter of the file that we've selected inside of Finder. So let's go ahead and jump in and do that right now. So number one, we want to run an Apple script. Then what we're going to do is go ahead and take the Apple script, and I'll go ahead and give you a link to mine as well as a couple other people's who do the same kind of thing with slightly different options that I blatantly took my work from. You can see it here. And then we're going to save this as a particular file, right? In our case, I've already saved it, so I'm going to just go ahead and open it so you can see what it is. And then I've saved it as an application. In my case, I put it in my my home bin file or home bin folder. And the reason for that is I try as much as possible. I have so many applications and / applications, and even those in my home applications folder, that I really try and minimize that, especially for those that are really kind of helper applications that I'm not going to ever pick to run from anywhere else. And then I go ahead and pop that into my path, and you can do the same thing, or you can do something a little different. In this case, mine is already saved, and I've saved it as open in Neovim. From there, we're going to go ahead and get to step 3, which is actually associating files with our new application. So the first thing I do is I go ahead and start up Finder, and let's open a new window. And then I'm going to go into search, and I'm going to put kind, and then text. And that will give me, and in this case it's going to be recent files only, but it's going to give me all the different kinds of text files that the operating system understands. That includes CSVs, even RTFs, and things like license files from different things, but it's also going to give me stuff like index.html. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and select a file and hit Command-I. And Command-I will open up the info panel. And in the info panel, we can see down in this Open With section, it might be collapsed for you, in which case you need to go down and open it up. You're going to see that there is an application that's already set to open that. In this case, for example, with my JavaScript files, I've got it set to open up to MacVim, but I really prefer running Neovim inside iTerm instead of MacVim. So what we're going to do is go ahead and change the association of this file. To do that, I can select from the list here, and if it so happens that your new application shows up in here, wonderful. Chances are it's not, though, in which case you're going to need to go to Other. And in Other, if you stuck it in Applications, it's going to be here. If this is grayed out, just change it from Recommended Applications to All Applications. Like I said, in my case, it's not there, but instead under my home directory and then in the bin file. So I'm just going to go ahead and search for it instead. And guess what? There it is. I have 2 copies, but you get the idea. And then I can go ahead and select it. And in my case, you can see it's in msale bin neovim.app. And and this is the one I've been playing with, just in my home directory. I'm going to go ahead and add it. In this case, it's asking me, do I always want to open it? That's only this particular file. It is not for every JavaScript file. So as we set it here, you'll see that there's a button below that says change all. This one will actually change it for every JavaScript file that you have. So if I change that now, it's going to say, hey, are you sure you want to do this? And yeah, in this case you do. You can always come back and change it if you find that this is not what you want. So now if I go back into a Finder window, and let's just do a search for particles.js. If I double click on it, it's going to actually open up my shell and open up Neovim, and there it is. And I'm all set. That's it. Thank you.